Monika Roszko here from Vegerasta.com, and today we are going to prepare a delicious cheesecake, a finger-licking, mouth-watering Banoffee cheesecake. The ingredients, they are very simple, so we're gonna start from creating the base for our raw cheesecake. And the quantities that I have here are enough for like the round tin, cake tin at the size at around 9 inches, so 23 centimeters. So first we are going to blend the ingredients for the base, and I am using the food processor with the S blade and as the nuts. You can use any nuts you like, however I really like the mixture of Brazil nuts and macadamia nuts, and I'm using half a cup of each. I'm also going to use 1 cup of pitted dates, and I have some more dates here just in case we need to add more, because the base needs to be sticky enough, so basically of course it sticks together and it keeps the base of the cheesecake in the proper consistency. And just to bring all the sweetness up, I'm going to use a tiny bit of sea salt. And now we're gonna blend it. Okay, so right now I'm going to check the consistency, and it looks like it needs a little bit more dates, so I'm going to add a couple more, because it's quite dry. So probably 2-3 more, and we'll see how it goes and if we need a tiny bit more to get to the right structure. So we're gonna blend it again. It starts forming, but it's still not enough, so probably 2 more dates and it should do. It really depends on the type of the dates you are using, as some of them are more creamy and sticky and you need less. So I would say that 1 cup is the starting point, because if you add too many, you would end up adding more nuts, and of course they are more expensive and we don't want to run into any additional costs. So blending once again, and we will check the consistency once again. Alright, so if we open it, you can see the consistency here. It got sticky, it has still some crunchiness that we need to have in the base, but it's sticky. And when we put it into the fridge or the freezer, it will get very firm and it will hold the base of the cheesecake together. So now we are going to put it on the at the bottom of the cake tin. And we're going to put it evenly . Right, so our base is now evenly covered and it cannot be too thick, so at some point you may think, oh my goodness, I'm going to run out of the base in the middle of the tin. You're not. It should be quite thin, because the base consists of nuts, and then we have the cheesecake made of nuts, so it will make the cheesecake quite heavy. And the base cannot be too thick because it will overtake the flavors of the main layer, which is the Banoffee layer. So right now what we're gonna do, just to make it pretty, we're going to stick the slices of the banana around the cake tin. It's totally up to you if you want to do it or not. It's just for the visual effect. So if you want to show it to your friends and impress them with how beautiful vegan cheesecakes are, I would definitely do it. Because those raw cheesecakes, they are very, very beautiful. And you literally eat them with your eyes. So we're going to just finish this round, and we will move to mixing the cheesecake layer. I need 2 small slices. Right, so that's how it looks. And now we will move to preparing the main layer, the Banoffee cheesecake layer. Right now we are ready to prepare the Banoffee cheesecake layer. And to prepare it, I have soaked 2 cups of cashews. I soaked them in lukewarm water for around 2 hours. So we are using 2 cups of those. I'm also going to use 3/4 of cup of the melted coconut oil, and it will help us to get the cheesecake in the solid consistency in the fridge. I'm also going to use 1 teaspoon of lemon juice and 1/3 of cup of the maple syrup for the sweetness. And I usually use the maple syrup, but you can use the agave syrup as well, and it will have the same effect. And for the Banoffee flavor, we are going to use the protein powder from my favorite company, Revolution Food. And this is the raw protein blend, full of goodness. Things like maca powder and lucuma and curcumin, and also the digestive enzymes, and there is so much goodness in it. But on top of that, it has the amazing flavor of the raw bananas. And just if you smell it, it's just, you know, like literally the fresh bananas in the bag. So I'm going to use 2 scoops of the banana powder, and it will give us that amazing flavor and smell as well later on. So right now we are going to blend it all till smooth, and then we will pour it over our base. Alright, so it looks that our cheesecake is ready. Just look at this beautiful color. I just cannot help myself. I need to try. It's really good. So now we are going to pour it over our base. The color is absolutely stunning. So I'm going to start from the middle, and then I will spread it evenly across the cake tin. And once ready, when we finish this step, we will move it into the fridge. It can also be put into the freezer if you want to speed up the process a little bit. and then we will finish it with the top layer. Yeah, there is lots of cheesecake in there. And while blending, it's good to use the high-speed blender because you really want to achieve that lovely, very smooth and creamy consistency. It's very important so there is no chunks in your cake. I'm always trying to get everything out of there so we can use everything. And then we will spread it evenly on top. Okay, and right now it's ready to go into the fridge. Okay, so right now we need to complete the final step of decorating our Banoffee cheesecake. I just got it out of the fridge and just look at this amazing color. It's getting a bit more solid, but it will still need probably around another hour in the freezer to get it to the very solid consistency. And on the top we are going to put mashed bananas. So I'm going to just spread them at the top of the cheesecake, and in the freezer it will get of course very solid, so you won't have time during the cutting your cheesecake. So we are covering it all, and on top you can also put some nuts later on, maybe dried mulberries or even raisins. So it's really versatile. So in my case I will be later on adding the desiccated coconut on top, but you don't need to follow religiously that recipe. You can add the toppings that you have handy in your kitchen. So just another, I will add a little bit more to cover it evenly. And I also have some banana slices here. So just to make it more interesting, I'm going to cover half of the cheesecake in banana slices. Again, it's totally up to you, so you can do whatever you feel you like to do. It's also very delicious with nuts slightly roasted in the maple syrup. So you can try this one as well as another alternative in the future. And every time that cheesecake can taste slightly different, and as I said, it's very versatile, so you can create something different every single time. And right now our cheesecake is ready to go into the freezer once again. I would say for another 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and it must be very solid, so it's easy to cut. And then we will get it out of the cake tin and we will try our creation. Welcome back, and our cheesecake is now out of the freezer and it's ready. It's in the solid form. So I'm going to loosen the bananas a little bit so of course once I open the spring form, it doesn't destroy the cheesecake. So I'm just going to ensure that it's not stuck to anything. It looks lovely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finalize the decoration. So this half I'm going to sprinkle with the desiccated coconut. As I said earlier, you can use nuts, you can use dried fruits, dehydrated bananas. It's really versatile, so you can use whatever you fancy. And we're gonna make it pretty with a few edible flowers just here and there. And it's beautiful cheesecake that you can easily create for the family events and to basically impress your friends and show them how beautiful the vegan food can be. So here it is. Enjoy!